Greetings and welcome to sarahcolin.com. Awaken your heart song by bringing you more information on all the things that bring wellness and lightness to your heart. And this is a tea talk on how to make and the benefits of flaxseed, also known as linseed tea. So why would you want to explore linseed tea? Firstly, it's extremely hydrating. Once you make your brew, it's quite gelatinous in its nature. So the liquid is a little bit thicker than water. So it's extremely hydrating, and the benefits flow through all your cells, hydrates the colon, and also reflects in your hair and your skin. So beautiful benefits to be had from this very therapeutic flaxseed or linseed tea. I know when I was working with horses and feeding my horses for trail riding and endurance riding, we used to mix linseed in the feed, and that's what produced their beautiful shiny coats. So there's a lot of benefit in having this as a tea. It's also fairly well known that we are generally dehydrated. Not many people drink enough fluids that will support the hydration of their cells. And most things that people drink are dehydrating: coffee, soft drinks, sugary drinks, energy drinks, that sort of thing. So your herbal teas are a great way of getting that more hydration in, and especially flaxseed or linseed tea. If you think about, a nice analogy is if you think about a hanging basket. You may have all had that experience of either having them or seeing them. When they get a bit old and the soil's getting a bit worn out, you water them and the water just flows immediately straight through like a sieve. And not much hydration gets into the roots of the plant. When you add the water-saving crystals that you buy into your soil, that's what then holds that moisture in and allows the roots of the plant to absorb that and nourish the plant cells. Same for us. We could drink more and more water and it would go straight through us, as people often say. If I try and drink my 1 to 2 litres of water a day, I get sick of trotting off to the loo. Maybe trying something like herbal teas, or try this flaxseed linseed tea and see how that goes. Because of its gelatinous nature, it's going to hydrate your cells, and the cells are going to pick up that fluid and use it for your inner well-being. So that's the great benefit of it. According to Dorothy Hall, who's written that great little book, the Herb Tea Book, she says it's also good for not only hydrating and other great therapeutic effects, but if you're suffering urinary tract infections, it could be a great preventative to bring this into your routine. And also it may assist with some relief with gallbladder, kidney stones, gravel, that sort of thing. And of course, this isn't medical advice, but it is giving you options about how you can support your own well-being before you get unwell. And using some herbal teas is a great way to start. So how do you make it? Just get some linseeds, flax seeds, linseeds, organic wherever possible. And this is what they look like. They're whole seeds in there. So there's a couple of ways I make linseed tea. And the first way I make it is on the advice of Keith Squires in his book, Cooking with Love, a great Drew publication for healthy eating and advice on Ayurvedic ways of helping support your wellness. He makes the tea by bringing a litre of water, a teaspoon of linseed into a stainless steel pan, bring it to the boil. When it starts to boil, turn it off and leave it for 20 minutes. Then strain it and drink it throughout the day. If it gets too gelatinous, then you can dilute it with water and keep adding to it throughout the day. But I've found that 1 teaspoon in a litre is a really good blend, and you just get that nice mild nutty taste and just that little bit of discoloration of the water. This hasn't done it quite so much, but when I boil them in the pan and use that method, it is a little more nutty and coloured. I brewed this in a different method by taking a teaspoon of the seeds, putting them into a mortar and pestle and just breaking the seeds up. So I just sort of pounded them a little bit so that they weren't whole. I didn't crush them to a fine meal, but just broke the seeds up. And then I put them into this tea strainer. So I filled this with boiling water, and then I put the seeds, you can see them there, into that container to stop them going into the water. And I'm letting that brew for a little bit longer. The beauty of these, it keeps it warm for you. And it's almost ready. It's quite discoloured now, as you can see, and that will be really nice to sip on throughout the day. The other thing you can do is use a tea strainer or whatever you've got. You could put them in a teapot, the crushed or the broken seeds, and brew them up in whatever way you like. So give it a go. It's quite a pleasant taste. It's easier to drink during the day. It's much better than drinking cold water. You know, we shouldn't really be drinking cold water, but just room temperature or slightly warm, depending on the season that you're experiencing in this time. Linseed flaxseed tea. Give it a go. See what the benefits are for you. Try it for a month. Have a cup a day for a month. Just brew it up and sip away and see what you notice. And let me know. Enjoy the exploration of your tea, and I'll be back with you next week. Take care. Namaste.
This content is created for informational purposes only. Always seek the guidance of a qualified health professional with any questions you may have regarding your personal health.